Check.
Special Sundays radio show. I am your host, Miss Special. Please keep up with me on the Twitter at MISS, the number one SPECIAL. And guess who is in the studio right now? Uh-oh.
Ding dong.
Rocky Rivera! Yes, indeedy. Let's run them through the different aliases we got here.
Yes.
We got to enlighten the people. So we got Miss Krish.
Miss Krish is the journalist.
Yes, indeedy. Then we got ISH.
ISH is a member of the Rhapsodistas, which is since disbanded.
Yes. You know.
Sadly.
It happens.
Not sadly. I mean, we were kind of around for a general amount of time, but then that gave way to Rocky, which is the person that's sitting right here with Miss Special right now.
Beautiful thing. Then Dr. Rocky.
Oh, Dr. Rocky. She only comes out when you need her. When you do the hootie-hoo. You do a little back call and I come through, so.
The mad scientist villain right
scientist.
there. Beautiful, beautiful.
Many hats.
Let's go back to Miss Krish real quick.
Yes.
Of course, the people, if they're not up on game, you did the editing, you did the interviewing, the whole journalistic thing. What was that like, and how did it kind of transition into now?
You know, I always knew that I wanted to do something in hip-hop, and I found that when I was at SF State, which is interesting because this is, you know, coming back to where I started as a journalist. The journalism department is right across the way from where we are right now, and luckily I was able to pitch a couple of projects. Really, it started off when Mac Dre passed. A month before, I had pitched a story to my professors about why a lot of Bay Area artists were getting killed before they got their shine, and you know, just mostly San Francisco artists like Cougnut and a lot of people from GLP and just people that I grew up listening to. And a month later, Mac Dre passed, and that kind of just not only did that propel the whole hyphy movement, but that really propelled my whole career as a journalist because people were just devastated. They didn't know what to do, but it also unified the Bay, and I was really there at the forefront. So I was able to, you know, foray all of my journalism experience in undergrad into meeting people like San Quinn and Selsky and Juice, and you know, I was getting my feet wet so that when the Rolling Stone thing came around, I was already a journalist. I was already doing Ruckus Magazine and doing interviews with the San Francisco Bay Guardian. And so it just all happened. You know, that just shows you that if you're on the ball and you really want to do something, that things, you know, the universe conspires with you. So at the end of the day, even though it was a high point in my journalism career, you know, I knew that it wouldn't be the end. Even after I won, after I won the show, I knew that there was more to my contribution. And in the end, I had to become a participant because I still felt like those answers that I wanted to know weren't being answered, and I had to be that answer. So that's a long story short, though.
It's a beautiful journey, too, and just to know that, yeah, I did this, but there's more for me to do. There's more out there. There's more that, you know, I'm not done talking. I'm not done telling people how I feel about this. So that's crazy.
You know, I really learned a lot of hustle from interviewing Bay Area artists and seeing that, you know, we don't have any major record labels out here. We don't have a lot of major music outlets or even any major publications, but we were still able to hustle and make money, and seeing people like E40 and the Jack and Too Short and everybody saying we could do this independently, it really made me feel like I could do this.
Then, of course, that leads us to the Rhapsodistas.
Yes.
Founded right here at SF State.
Yes, exactly. We were all students. Well, actually, the majority of us were students. One of us, we all met at LFS, League of Filipino Students. We were all organizers, also taking a lot of the Asian American Studies classes, and that's how we all met, was through League of Filipino Students. And I really got interested in rapping, and a lot of the other women in the crew were doing spoken word, and I said, you know what, let's just rap. Let's just do this together. So we did that. We did a couple of community events, but it was just really amazing, the response to get. That people would see not just one Pinay MC that's mad militant and really on point, but there was 4 of us. Exactly. And so we were in complete solidarity, and people really, you know, they really loved it to this day. They still, you know, they wanted to come back together. But, you know, it was really a moment in time. It was one of those things that, you know, two of those members are professors now. One of them is the SF State professor, Irene Dullier, and she's here now. And she's Shorty Rockwell of Eighth Wonder, so she has many other names as well. And Val, aka Show Shock, she is now a doctorate at. See, we got some crazy ass day jobs. Female MCs,
exactly.
Yo. This ain't our backup plan.
Exactly.
Be real.
And that's the thing is like, I love when just any rapper has a day job and realizes that they need to do other things to make ends meet. And, you know, they have other talents and other things like that. And especially the female MCs, especially with doctorate degree, like, goodness gracious. Like,
it's real.
That's incredible. Very incredible.
So it's, you know, at the end of the day, we really are doing it because we love it. We ain't doing it because we want to be, you know, out there in the industry per se. We're just hoping that our message gets across, and there's many ways. You know, you could be a professor, you could be a writer, you could be a rapper. As long as you're getting that same message across that you believe in, and you're doing it in a positive way, and, you know, really it's all interchangeable, because now my Rhapsodistas members, now I'm speaking at their classes to their students where I once sat in that seat. So when it's community, it's all love. You got many hats, you do many things, and at the end of the day, it all comes to one thing, which is, what are you about? What is your music about? I just want to make sure that there's a little girl out there that listens to my music and hears my music and says, no, I don't have to be somebody else's fantasy to do what I do. I just got to be me, you know? And that's really what my music is about, is me finally taking control of my message and wrestling it away from whatever publication, whatever institution, whatever authority, and finally making it my own. So that's really what Rocky Rivera stands for me.
I love that so much.
You know, the name Rocky Rivera was from a class that I took with Professor Alison Tintianco Cubales, Asian American literature class. So I got the name Rocky Rivera from a book that I had to read in that class.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm all originated right here in San Francisco State. So
that's gorgeous. And
that's me.
I love it because I feel like I can relate. Like, like I always had this special vision, and then I came here and the special vision just came to life. Like, so it's crazy.
Wonderful. And it's good to be doing it the way you want to do it, isn't it?
And yeah, because SF State has it's so freeing. Like, there's so much freedom that it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love it. Except
for the whole tuition stuff. But we'll get to that later. I feel for y'all college students that are going through it right now. I mean, there was tuition strikes when I was coming up too, but the situation right now is that, you know, colleges can't guarantee that anybody's going to get a job afterwards, so it's difficult.
I got to talk about Gangster Of Love. Have you started writing and recording for it yet?
You know, me, I'm such a perfectionist. I'm not the kind of person that will knock out a song in one night. Though I can do that, I really put a lot of thought into every single line, and I want this to be my most musical album ever.
Nice.
So I'm taking my time with it, not in a sense where it's going to take me 5 years to put out.
Thank you.
But I just want to make sure that everything is perfect for everybody. And at the same time, I really, really want to dig into the talent of the Bay and provide people with something that they've never seen, a softer side of Rocky.
Nice.
If there is one. Then you'll see it on that one.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about the whole perfectionist thing and how the most brilliant artists are perfectionists, and they really take time to put into their music. So knowing that it took that whole mindset means that the music is going to be that much. Like, I
really want to give everybody what they want from me, which is the best that I can give. And I really truly feel like I haven't even reached my peak yet, and I still have so much more music to share with everybody. And that's what I want to show in the Gangster of Love. I want to show you everything. I want to show y'all what I got, and to really raise the bar for myself.
But what I want to do before we get up on out of here, of course, is play Daydream, because if y'all know me now, y'all heard the Nitty Scott interview, you know I'm a big fan. So the two of these ladies together, it's crazy.
Shout out to Nitty Scott. She's my homegirl, and make sure you go support other female MCs.
Yes.
I want to give a shout out to Beat Rock Music, and I also wanted to give a very special shout out to my girls, DJ Rosa and Irie Eyes. That's the crew.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming through. I super appreciate it. I'm glad we made it happen.
We got to do this again sometime.
Yes, we really, really do. So we're going to get into Daydream off of Pop Killer.
Yes.
Special Sundays.
Yep.
Stay special.
Seems like yesterday we was both chasing an ice cream truck. I was so in a rush to grow up, dancing in my mama's pumps, singing a Janet Jackson songs with my imaginary fans in the front. So what if there was a couple of teddy bears and my mic was a brush?